internet may be a little bit off the grid here. Alright, start of the vlog, we made it to El Niño. We're heading to our first stop. We made it. I guess if you're wondering why I'm in the Philippines at the moment, we're on the way to Dubai and then we're heading to Chamonix. I never wanted my business life to impact the way I travel, or for me to have access to travel as well. So I was never going to sacrifice some level of freedom for the travel. And I love exploring new places. I feel like growing up, every time when I went through university, I would work during the summer and then just go travel. We spent a lot of time in Southeast Asia, where the money would go a long way. And I guess even as the business has become more mature, I still have that desire to go explore and adventure, see new places. Never been to the Philippines before. We also have a bit of a team here now, so get to connect with them as well. And yeah, pretty awesome opportunity, so just making the most of it.
Could you take us to an ATM, please? We don't have any cash to give you. It's really hot.
Okay, to max out the tank. Getting some scooters, has to be done to get around. We're going from here to the gym, which is sort of other side of the island. We made it. How good. It's pretty sick.
Skelly's got her little bed next to us.
Is that a little kid? Ooh, this is sick.
Sleep over.
Killer session. I think there's such a misconception that when you're on holiday, you should just give everything else a break. Like, I'm not saying don't take your time, read a book, switch off from work, but just keep treating your body with respect. Push it, get a sweat on, eat clean food. Holiday shouldn't be a time to push back all your progress that you've made when you're in your work zone. It should be a time to cherish those wins and then just reset. But don't stifle your progress by eating shit food, forgetting your training, losing all of your discipline. Discipline's a muscle that needs to be worked every single day, regardless of condition. Whether you're locked in at work, whether you're in a tropical island, practice your discipline, because discipline is freedom. Without discipline, we're just slaves to our instincts, slaves to our desires, and we have no actual freedom, no free will. So learn to love discipline, respect it, and always work on it. All right, finished up. Pretty good session. Gonna go hit the pool, current physique. Pretty lean at the moment. Tend to lean out when I travel. I mean, probably don't eat as much. And also I just love to explore, love to run and walk around. So I guess I get a lot of movement in. So unlike most people who probably put on weight on holiday, tend to lose it, get more vascular, get more lean, particularly if I go to hot places where I'm sweating a lot. It was a good session. Nice little gym we've got here. Really calm and plain. Definitely got the job done. There is one gym I do want to check out. I think we're going on a boat tomorrow, so I may scooter over there. We've got to shoot some running content, which should be pretty fun. And I've got to hit a bit of a run anyway, so yeah, let's do it. Post-workout, gonna go and get some eggs from the local farm. Someone's been sitting on these puppies, eh? Morning team, just woke up. It is 4:59 a.m. We're about to jump on our onboarding call for Amplify. Do these every Thursday, bright and early. That's all part of it. Just finished call one, now got call two. 2 calls, and then we're working on just politics, sales politics. It's the thing they don't tell you about running a business. When you start to hire people, have structures, there's just so much stuff that goes into it that you just never would think. But man, it's just so much back and forth. It's all part of it. Check it out, the gym. Ended up hitting a pretty hearty session yesterday. We did a little session in here in the morning, and then I had a Murph before dinner. I did some running as well. I think today was super light. Have the chickens laid? Speak their language.
They love it. This is our tour guide. What's your name?
Lito, I'm Lito.
And we're going on your boat today.
With my agency boat.
Yeah. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay. Can we swim?
We made it. Just finished up on the boat. Had a good day. Lots of sun. Incredibly good. 4:30, probably go home, work for the evening, and then we've got to get up early for a call, but it's a good day. Good morning. It is currently 4 a.m. We have a sales call this morning, and then I do not normally get up at 4 a.m., but because we are up, I'm going to probably stay up. Caffeine's behind a lot of big businesses. There's a reason offices have designated coffee zones. And then after this, I'm probably just going to work. I think one of the things I realized when I'm on holiday is I actually don't need to be sitting at my desk working for like 8 hours. Like, that's not how much work is required. Sometimes I do need to do that. But at the moment, there's probably like 4 or 5 key things I need to tick off that will move the lever in my business. There's 3 parts of any business, particularly my business. Marketing, which is content creation. Sales, which is managing a sales team, ensuring they're like incentivized, looked after, we're hitting KPIs. And then fulfillment as well. Marketing, I've now brought on more and more people in the content team. Sales, got a whole sales team, got a head of growth who's an absolute legend. And then fulfillment, I'm bringing on more people to help with fulfillment. Where most of my time should be spent, and every door I've walked through to date is in the marketing side. Every door I've opened has come from posting content. So that is the most important part of my business. So I make sure that across every account, I get content going out. Things like this, moving to long form, open more doors. So basically every door I've walked through has come from building a personal brand and content creation. Therefore, every time I wake up, my most important task of the day is ensuring that I keep that engine moving and I keep those doors opening. Cheers. Cool. Okay, you can probably see that now. This is a ManyChat automation that I'm setting up and I'm going to explain to the community. I've changed the way I do it semi-recently. So what this says is, 1, it's a conditional on whether they follow the account. Really great way to generate followers attached to a keyword. Then it's going to move them across to a sent message. Depending on their response, it sends through the lead magnet, or it hits them with another question, sends through the lead magnet if they don't respond, and then we've got the final little component here, which is basically prompting, asking what they struggle with the most. So a really good way to generate inbound leads, and also a great way to increase your followers. What I find when you drop a lot of free things is that people always want free stuff, but they may not even follow you. So at least this means they have to follow me before they get anything free. So ManyChat's a great automation. Allows you to send out links, lead magnets, stuff like that, and just super easy to attract a lot of people. And therefore you want to capitalize on that. You want to bring them into your ecosystem so you can begin nurturing them. And the way that you nurture them is having them following your account. Every piece of content nurtures them towards whatever you're selling. Coffee number 2 going down. I think something I've realized is you've got to be so fucking protective with your time. Everyone is vying for your attention, particularly the more successful you become. And it just means you end up spending so much time doing stuff for other people, and if you're not protective of your time, and if you don't protect your time and use it yourself, someone else will use it and be protective of it. So it's a good lesson. Start saying no to a lot more things and just focus on what's most important and most needle moving in your business. Alrighty, just arrived at the home gym. Let's do it. This is what we're working with. Still training for the China Marathon at the moment, so lots of heavy compounds in there.
I'm getting a Japanese head spa. Alfie's getting a full body. Alfie's getting a Brazilian with a bum wax. If you've built your life correctly, there should be no difference between work and play. Most people dread Mondays and they live their life Monday to Friday waiting for the weekend. And that's not life. It's just life in disguise. They separate their work for Monday to Friday and their play for the weekend. And understandably so. How could they get excited about someone else's dream? About someone else's play? Now companies try to get us excited and we do a lot of Kool-Aid drinking. I used to work at Procter & Gamble. That was pretty good at manufacturing Kool-Aid to get buy-in from its employees to believe that their work was play. They create what's called culture within a company to indoctrinate this to their employees. Now, I think what ends up happening is when I was working at a company like that, I felt like I was lazy. I didn't want to work. I wasn't motivated. And to me, I was like, fuck, I'm just lazy. I just don't have it in me. But I actually wasn't. I just didn't align with their values and I didn't see their work as play. I think what's really important is that your work shouldn't drain you. And for example, I'm here in the Philippines now. I'll work every day, not a problem. I woke up at 3:30 a.m. this morning because I had a sales call at 4. And I don't have an issue with that because my play and work has no boundary. It has no line. What that allows me to do is to be present in both at all times and have an almost unlimited energy source for my work because I see it as play. It does not feel like work. Essentially, how I got here, and probably one of the most important things, is having the ability to scale not my time, but my knowledge. When you work as an employee, typically you sell your time and employees buy your time. Problem with time is it's finite. You've got 24 hours in a day, and once it's used up, you can't sell anymore. Now, obviously, we can increase the value per hour that we charge for our time, $500, $1,000, but it's still capped for 24 hours in a day. And realistically, probably only going to work 10 to 12 of those if it was a big day. So most people sell 8 hours of their time Monday to Friday. Now conversely, we could sell our knowledge. Now our knowledge is infinite because our knowledge is subjective and it's also relevant to those around us. You and I have differing knowledge on different topics. Therefore, you could sell me knowledge on one topic and I could sell you knowledge on another. Selling your knowledge has unlimited scalability because we can package our knowledge in vessels that can be sold in a scalable manner. We can also teach others to sell on our knowledge, our system, our frameworks, and packaging up that knowledge and teaching other people is a far more scalable thing to be focused on. So then the question becomes, how do we gain knowledge? Well, books, real life, going through things. For example, for me, I basically started going to the gym 10 years ago. Started lifting weights, going through the ropes, I played rugby. I began to gain all of this knowledge in training, nutrition, mindset, and lifestyle. When I then decided to go on social media, that knowledge shone through very quickly. 10 years of knowledge was pretty much there. So you could start to see all of the knowledge that I was placing in front of people. From there, it became very easy and quick for me to grow an audience, monetizing that knowledge. First, I grew the audience, delivering that knowledge at scale for free, attracting people in, and then I sold a digital product containing that knowledge, giving people the keys to the knowledge that I'd learned to shortcut some of their success. They got 10 years of knowledge condensed into a 12-week program. What a great result for them. From there, I demonstrated that I could grow a social media account. So demonstrated that I could monetize a social media account. Again, I took my knowledge, this time only over an 18-month span. I took that knowledge and then I monetize it. I teach other people to grow their Instagram and to monetize their Instagram. Taking the knowledge I've learned, finding a vessel that is most scalable for me to sell it, and then pursuing that. Now, I had many iterations along the journey. You have 3 types of digital models that you can sell your knowledge through. Do it yourself, where the client does it themselves. Done with you, where you do it with the client, often selling a fraction of your time. And then done for you, where you do it for the client. Now, do it yourself, incredibly scalable, but it requires very good systems and framework because people have less belief that they're going to get the result they want. So the conviction on the success of the model decreases, which makes it a less valuable product. And that's why do-it-yourself models that take none of your time often go at a low ticket price. Then you have done with you. This is a classic agency coaching model where you work with the client, typically meeting weekly or bi-weekly, to connect with them and run them through exactly how you do it, maybe with some additional guidance of documents. Lastly, you have done for you. Now, done for you is almost impossible in the gym space. You cannot do a workout or eat healthy for someone, but done for you is possible in other spaces. For example, I created CapCut templates, which are done for you, or I have an editing agency or a VA placement agency, which have done for you features in them, where people can come to us and they can get all of their editing work done, or all of their VA placement done, or they can use my templates. When we think about knowledge and the way we want to scale it, first we must obtain it. That is you learning the skill. Then we need a done with you model. I truly believe you should always move to a done with you, agency style, where you work with the client and you step them through how to do it. Reason being is you're close to the client at this point and you get to learn all of the problems they're going to go through. Solving the problem for yourself and learning a skill is one thing. Solving the problem for a number of clients is another, because their approach and their problems that will come up will be slightly different to yours. You just may have been a natural and you may have picked it up very quickly. If I take the example of a gym, if I'm teaching someone to bench press, and I naturally have strong chest genetics, and I also go into a gym, I've got the perfect setup, I've got all the Olympic lifting stuff in there, it's like perfect, barbell, everything. I go in, I learn how to bench press. Let's just say hypothetically, I can now bench press 200 kgs for argument's sake. So I'm a world-class bench presser. Now, the next step, I could go with that knowledge and just write a guide, which would be do it yourself, where someone could read my bench press guide, how to get 200 kg bench press. Problem being, I haven't gone and taught someone else. Now, let's say I teach someone else and they're saying, oh, when I do this, like my elbows flare out, this happens, and I learn something new. I go, oh, when they're doing it, there's a tendency for elbows to flare out. And now you train 5, 10 people, let's say, and you've got 10 different problem sets and 10 different approaches, 10 different environments to be set up and taught how to do it. Now, if you could get all 10 to a 200 kg bench press, you have validated that not only can you teach yourself the skill, but you can teach someone else. That's where then you can sell info. Now, info is the do-it-yourself model, where it becomes you laying out the framework that I can now sell at scale because I've validated it both for myself and for clients. I would highly recommend you don't skip the client step. It can be very tempting to move for the do-it-yourself model because it's unlimitedly scalable. However, if you skip the step, you're gonna run into some problems. And I don't think you're going to have as much success because you just won't have solved for all the different variables that you get when you work with numerous clients. The step above info is software. Now, hypothetically, let's say you sold a bench press software that calibrated all of your form pointers. So basically you could record yourself and then it would play back and say all of the areas that you went wrong. Let's just say that's the software. That's the next level. And in a dream state, your info product sells in your software and your software sells in your info. For example, in your info product, your guide, bench pressing guide, you would make reference to your software, you would show them how to use the software, and obviously promote your software and then sell them that software as well. That's sort of a step-by-step guide of how I see scaling your knowledge. First you learn the skill, then you teach other people, then you can build an info product because you've taught all the different variables for other people, and lastly, you add software. I think at the end of the day, if you genuinely love what you're doing, you found something that you're good at, which everyone is good at something, and in today's modern day and era, you can be knowledgeable in a given topic and passionate about a given topic, I guarantee you can monetize it online. There's enough people on the platform that they have similar interests and will want to learn about a specific topic. Fitness is an easy one. Once you have that knowledge base, you then can build the credibility in your own results and own transformation and own knowledge to then teach other people that knowledge, then sell info, and then sell software. I think the point I want to hammer home is that I didn't used to be highly motivated, highly disciplined. Like I woke up at 3:30 this morning, and if you had told me back when I worked my 9 to 5 job, you have to wake up at 3:30 to start work, I would have told you get fucked. I'm not doing that. But that's the difference, is it's not that you and I are that different in that you're unmotivated and I'm motivated. It's just the passion that I have for my given project is greater. Find a project that you're passionate about and I guarantee you'll be able to roll out of bed. If everyone could find something that they genuinely were excited about, the world would be a very different place. There'd be a lot less criticism, a lot more blinkers going on. The horse racing blinkers, hiding the lanes aside them. A lot more people just focused on their own lane and actually doing the work. But yeah, I think part of traveling and why I love traveling so much is just showing to myself that I can still build this and build this company while moving around and blending work and play and still really enjoying what I'm doing. I think that's key for me, is the money and the game of money loses its touch very, very quickly. Nothing feels better than your first $10,000 a month, but after that, it's all pretty negligible. The difference just means you're stacking numbers in a bank account or putting it into investments. And although I'm incredibly grateful for all the material wealth I've accumulated over my time, I more see it as a resource to buy time and freedom. And for me, travel is one of the luxuries of time and freedom, and one of the things that I enjoy most. And if I think about my knowledge and what I want to monetize with my knowledge, time and freedom is a big part of that. I have a huge belief in travel and the ability to go and see new places. I find it crazy that people who have the wealth, the time, and the freedom don't explore more. Maybe that's my 25-year-old adventurous self talking, but the concept that you wouldn't want to go and see every part of the world baffles me. I just think there's so much to see and so much to explore. I don't know why you wouldn't want to go and see it. It feels like we're put on this earth to wander and at least go and see as far as we can. And for me at the moment, building the resource to do that and to go and do that freedom and not go, oh no, now's the time to knuckle down and focus on the business, even though maybe it is. But my priorities are to travel and see the world. You really don't need that much money to go and travel. Just people have this luxury attached to it. So we condense a whole year's salary into 2 weeks instead of taking what we have and spreading it across a longer period and taking that time away from work. Big believer in travel. I think if you can, you should. And most people can, but they don't. Day 2 of overcoming Philly belly, which is basically Bali belly, but in the Philippines. Feeling a little bit better, but still definitely not 100%. Had some banana and pineapple yesterday, but it sort of ruined my stomach. So we're on a bit of a long fast and didn't gym yesterday, so really want to gym today, but probably not the best idea. We'll see how we feel later on. Heading to Coron, which is another island, and then we're flying from Coron to Manila, because there were no more flights out of El Nino to Manila, so we have to go to Coron, which we're flying to. And then after that, tomorrow, we're flying to Manila. So yeah, that's a bit of an update. We're about to go drop the bikes back. Maybe get some breakfast. Whole bunch of stuff I don't really understand. A few bits and bobs in here as well, but it's meant to help. Off to go and get some food. When did you last eat, Stella?
I had 4 slices of plain white bread this morning, but then apart from that,
Been on
a while.
a pure bread diet. It's 5 a.m. Just finished up a content call and now we are heading to Manila. Good content call this morning. Thank you. A little update. We got a little bit delayed, but our plane is now here. You hear that? Alright, we made it to Manila and a little bit update. We obviously got dressed. We're now taking my VA and her lovely girlfriend. So Chanel and her girlfriend Iris. We'll take them both out for dinner. They came and met us where we are in Manila. And we've settled on going, I think we're going to the Gordon Ramsay one.
I think that'll rock their worlds.
But yeah, they're super sweet, both from the Philippines, both super young, which I obviously didn't know. For anyone who doesn't know, a virtual assistant is, or a VA is a virtual assistant. Basically someone who normally sits in the back end. Typically, Philippines is a great place to find great VAs because they are super proficient in English, very hardworking, and very technically able as well. I sort of said, if I ever worked with a VA long term, that, I don't know, a lot of people like never meet their VAs. And I feel like, I don't know, they're such a like crucial part of the business. So yeah, it'd be really sweet. We're gonna take them out for dinner. First time meeting them. We just bumped into them very briefly in Starbucks before, but we had to go get changed. So yeah, this is, that's what we're doing right now. Should do a little fit check. All right.
In the vlog. Yes.
You're in the vlog.
Hi guys.
You have to introduce yourself. Chanel.
Hello everyone.
Iris.
Hi, I'm Irish. You have to say what you do.
True.
Oh yeah. So, hi everyone. So, I am Alfie's head VA, and I currently oversee management of Amplify, and yeah, I'm happy
Yes.
to be with Alfie.
I'm helping Chanel with trial reels, working under Alfie, and also I'm doing account.
That's it.
Nice work, girls.
Without them, the business would crumble. So I'm incredibly grateful. And now we get to meet, which is so nice.
Hi, Stana.
I'm so sorry that you're gonna have to pay for the foul play, foul play. If you wanna team up and start a new game, I got some rules, baby.
This is why Chanel's
It's
the
cafe.
best VA.
That's not super.
Knock you down once, get back up again. Knock you down 2 times,